Nearly 2 decades have passed since the chilling disappearance of 3-year-old Madeleine Beth McCann, a case that continues to baffle investigators and haunt the public imagination. On the night of May 3, 2007, while vacationing with her family in the coastal town of Praia da Luz in Portugal's Algarve region, Madeleine vanished from her holiday apartment, sparking what would become one of the most highly publicized missing person investigations in modern history. Dubbed by the Daily Telegraph as the most heavily reported missing persons case ever, Madeleine's story has drawn global attention, spanning years of inquiries, widespread media coverage, and an international manhunt that has cost millions. Despite efforts by law enforcement agencies from several countries and the identification of a prime suspect, the case remains unresolved. That fateful evening, Madeleine had been left sleeping in a ground-floor apartment at the Ocean Club Resort, along with her younger twin siblings, while her parents, British doctors Kate and Gary McCann, dined nearby with a group of friends, later known as the Tapas 7. The group had devised a routine of checking on the children periodically. At around 10 p.m., Kate McCann returned to the apartment to find her daughter gone. The bedroom window was open, the shutter raised, and Madeleine's bed was empty while the twins remained asleep. There were no signs of forced entry or a struggle. The McCanns immediately alerted the Portuguese police, who launched an investigation. The case quickly escalated into an international story, drawing unprecedented media coverage and public interest. The Portuguese police initially explored multiple theories: an abduction, Madeleine wandering off, or an accident within the apartment. Early efforts were criticized for procedural errors, including failure to secure the crime scene promptly and inadequate coordination with international authorities. A key witness statement came from Jane Tanner, a member of the Tapas 7, who reported seeing a man carrying a child near the apartment around 9:15 p.m. This sighting shaped early sketches of a potential suspect, but was later questioned for inconsistencies. In August 2007, British forensic experts analyzed DNA traces from the apartment, leading Portuguese police to hypothesize that Madeleine died accidentally in the apartment, with her parents covering up the death. In September 2007, Kate and Gary McCann were named arguidos, formal suspects, a move that shocked the public and intensified media scrutiny. However, forensic evidence was inconclusive, and in July 2008, the Portuguese authorities archived the case, lifting the McCanns' arguido status due to insufficient evidence. The McCanns consistently maintained their innocence, focusing on an abduction theory. The McCanns launched Madeleine's Fund, leaving no stone unturned on May 15, 2007, to finance private investigations and raise awareness. High-profile efforts included meeting Pope Benedict XVI, engaging celebrities like David Beckham, and organizing global campaigns, such as releasing balloons to mark Madeleine's absence. These efforts kept the case in the public eye, but also drew criticism for their media-heavy approach. In 2011, following advocacy from the McCanns and intervention by then UK Home Secretary Theresa May, the Metropolitan Police launched Operation Grange, a dedicated investigation treating Madeleine's disappearance as a criminal act by a stranger, likely an abduction or a burglary gone wrong. By 2020, Operation Grange had cost £12.3 million, with a team of detectives reviewing thousands of leads. Despite extensive efforts, no definitive evidence emerged to confirm whether Madeleine was alive or dead. In June 2020, a significant breakthrough occurred when German authorities identified Christian Brenier, a 48-year-old German national, as the prime suspect. Brenier, a convicted sex offender with a history of crimes against children, lived in the Algarve between 2000 and 2017. He worked sporadically at the Ocean Club Resort and was linked to the area through phone records showing a call near Praia da Luz on the night of Madeleine's disappearance. He also re-registered a vehicle the following day, raising suspicions. German prosecutors classified the case as a murder inquiry, stating they believed Madeleine was dead, though they lacked sufficient evidence to charge Brenier. Christian Brenier's criminal history includes convictions for sexual offenses against children, theft, and a 2005 rape of a 72-year-old American woman in Portugal, for which he is serving a 7-year sentence in Germany. Former associates and a cellmate claimed Nier confessed to abducting a girl in Portugal, though these statements are circumstantial and unverified. His defense has argued that his identification as a suspect in McCann case was driven by media pressure and lacks forensic grounding. In October 2024, Nier was acquitted of unrelated sexual offense charges in Portugal, with his legal team contending the trial was prejudiced by his McCann suspect status. German prosecutors are appealing this acquittal to extend his detention, as his current sentence is set to end in September 2025, though an unpaid fine of €1,446 may delay release until early 2026. Despite his status as the prime suspect, German authorities have stated there is no prospect of charging him in the McCann case in the near future due to the absence of forensic evidence. In May 2023, a search was conducted at a reservoir near Praia da Luz, an area Nier frequented. Portuguese and German police, supported by the Metropolitan Police, collected items, but no confirmed links to Madeleine were established. In June 2025, a new search took place from June 26, focusing on 21 plots of land between Praia da Luz and a house where Brockner lived. The operation involved excavating abandoned buildings and draining a well. Local media, including Correio da Manhã, reported no significant findings, though the search was described as addressing gaps in prior investigations, possibly spurred by Brockner's impending release. On May 12, 2025, marking Madeleine's 22nd birthday and the 18th anniversary of her disappearance, Kate and Gary McCann issued a statement reaffirming their commitment to finding their daughter. They expressed gratitude for ongoing police efforts and support from charities like Missing People. They also extended solidarity to families of missing children globally, particularly those affected by conflicts in Ukraine and Gaza. The statement underscored their resolve to leave no stone unturned. The investigation has faced significant hurdles. Early Portuguese efforts were criticized by Jim Gamble, former head of the UK's Child Exploitation and Online Protection Centre, for creating a legacy of chaos due to poor coordination and missed opportunities. The focus on the McCanns as suspects in 2007 alienated the family and diverted resources. The current case against Nier is largely circumstantial, relying on phone records, his criminal history, and unverified confessions, with no DNA or physical evidence connecting him to the crime scene. Public speculation, amplified by platforms like X, has fueled alternative theories, including unverified claims about DNA in the McCann's rental car or sightings implicating Gary McCann. These lack credible evidence and are often dismissed as conspiratorial. In 2023, a Polish woman claiming to be Madeleine was debunked, later facing stalking charges against the McCanns. 18 years after her disappearance, the mystery of Madeleine McCann continues to capture global attention. On May 3, 2007, the 3-year-old vanished from a holiday apartment in Portugal, sparking an international investigation that remains active to this day. Media coverage, including Netflix's 2019 documentary and Channel 4's 2025 series, has kept the case in the public eye, though not without controversy, with some accusing it of sensationalism. The case has reshaped how missing children investigations are conducted, emphasizing the power of media, public involvement, and cross-border collaboration. The Find Madeleine Fund, created by her parents, Kate and Gary McCann, supports both their personal search and wider efforts for missing children, though their media presence has drawn mixed reactions. While recent searches in June 2025 have renewed hope, the truth behind Madeleine's disappearance remains elusive, an unresolved chapter in modern history.